Hello and welcome, and thank you so much for joining me. I often hear people say to me, Ida, I don't have sensory issues. I can hear a pin drop in the office block next to mine. I can still match and remember the exact shade of tulle I wore to my matric farewell. I can smell smoke a mile off and even give you detail around the facial features of said smoker. Well, this is relevant, and this has to do with sensory discrimination. Under the umbrella term sensory integration, we find sensory discrimination and sensory modulation. So if you look at the traditional occupational therapy pediatric practices, they work on sensory discrimination to accurately read, register, organize, and utilize messages from the environment and internal body organs for functional skills development, fine motor, gross motor, midline crossing, shoulder girdle, reading, writing, spelling, arithmetic, planning your work on a worksheet, etc. But if you've ever come across a really good sensory integration occupational therapist, you know there's more going on in that treatment room. There's a hook. And the hook is sensory modulation, your social, emotional, behavioral response to sensations. So when a child walks into your practice, you first make sure that they are modulated, that they feel calm, alert, organized, regulated, empowered, comfortable, energized, motivated, and absolutely empowered in their own skin. And once they're modulated, you work on sensory discrimination and functional skills building. Now this aspect, sensory modulation, is what adolescents and adults and the corporate environment need so desperately. If you're confronted with your restless leg syndrome colleague, or your messy colleague, or your hummingbird colleague, or your overbearing, too loud, always on the phone colleague, or your colleague occupying the toilet cubicle, the only one on the floor, hours on end, you want a modulated emotional response. First of all, to manage your own stress levels and own irritability. Second, you want a modulated social response to preserve those relationships, not only at the office but also at home. And third, you want a modulated behavioral response to make sure that you self-manage, that you're able to focus, not distractible, that you're able to stay on task and remain productive. Let me help you with sensory modulation. It is indeed powerful. Happy weekend, everybody. Lots of love. Drop me a line. Bye-bye.